Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the K-pop hag and today I have a little bit of a different video. I have a order from BUYEE Japan of Dreamcatcher cards, but they are not actual Dreamcatcher cards. They are replicas of some of their earlier albums. If I can get this open. I'm so terrified of like cutting everything. This is my second time buying from BUYEE, and this is my first time buying replica cards. Okay, so I'm gonna flip these upside down because they have the little BUYEE tags on the front. So what made me decide to buy replicas is, like I said, Dreamcatcher's cards are really expensive for their older albums because they're all out of print, and especially they're kind of before they were Dreamcatcher cards. The Minx cards are also they're impossible to get a hold of, but if you do find one for sale, they're usually several $100 a piece. And I don't have the finances for that. So I have 3 sets of cards here. I have the Minx replicas, Fall Asleep in the Mirror replicas, and the Korean prequel before replicas. So let's start with the pre-debut Minx cards. And these actually feel really high quality. The backs look really nice. There is like an indentation on the back of the Shein one. I don't know if that was from me or from shipping. But yeah, these look, not ever having seen an actual Love Shake card before, these look really nice. So we have Yuyeon, and these are from their first mini album, Love Shake. We have the back. And then Jiu. Sua and her cursed short hair. She's talked a couple times about how she hated her short hair. And anytime fans, like Dreamcatcher fans, suggest that she cuts it short, I feel like she has flashbacks to her Minx days and her bob. And then we have Dami. And I love long hair Dami, so I really like the Love Shake Minx era cards for her. And then we have Shein, being so cute and adorable, which is so opposite her now. So there are those. And then let's jump over to the prequel cards, because I actually have a Japanese prequel card we could compare, before version we could compare the backs to and see if there are any like noticeable differences, or like how, you know, kind of how good the fakes are. So let me grab that. Okay, so this is my Yuyeon Japanese before prequel card. And here is the back. And then we have this Jiu prequel before card. So they are almost exactly the same size. Okay, so you can see like the printing's not centered on the back of this one, and the colors are this is a little more muted. Even in real life, like the actual prequel card is a lot more vibrant, or at least I hope, I don't know. Seeing like how well made these fakes are, I'm a little worried now that maybe this one's not real either, but I guess I will never know. I am under the assumption that it is real. I trust that the seller wouldn't lie about it being real. This person was very upfront that these were duplicates, replicas. So here we have Jiu, And all of the backs for these are the same, so I'm not going to show the backs. So we have Jiu, and then Xian, Handong with the bunny rabbit. And I absolutely adore this guy on card with the rabbit. I think it's so cute. Sua, Dami, and Yuyun. We have a little bunny rabbit poking out again. Okay, so none of this is lined up, so we're just gonna kind of adjust a little bit. Okay. And then lastly, we have the Nightmare Fall Asleep in the Mirror cards. And this set is actually the reason I wanted to get a replica set, because I love the backs of the Nightmare and Nightmare Fall Asleep in the Mirror cards. If you're not as familiar with Dreamcatcher's earlier stuff, all of the girls represent a certain nightmare. They all have their own nightmare that they represent. And the backs of Nightmare and Fall Asleep in the Mirror, the backs of the cards are individualized to each girl and her specific nightmare. So we have Jiu's card, and then the back of her card, which her nightmare, I believe, is being followed. Let me actually pull it up real quick. The nightmares of the Dreamcatcher members. Here we go. Okay, so Jiu's nightmare, yes, is being chased by someone. So as you can see, the back of her card, there is someone behind, there are like figures of people behind her. So we have Jiu. And next we have Sua's card. And Sua's nightmare is being restrained. So as you can see, the back of her card, the girl is kind of locked in a box, like in chains. Next, we have Xian, and Xian's fear is claustrophobia, you know, fear of small spaces. So she is also in a box, but she's holding her hands out to the walls as if she's trying to hold them apart. And then Handong's nightmare is, they say, scopophobia, or the fear of being stared at or watched. So as you can see, she's covering her eyes. There are eyes all around her, and they actually, all of the girls, nightmares are represented in their different music videos. But I feel like a good, in the Deja Vu music video, when she's Handong's sitting on the dining room table, surrounded by the suits of armor, all facing towards her. I feel like that's a very, very good representation of her nightmare. And then we have Yuyun. And her fear is being lost in an unknown place. So she is in the woods. There are some vines around her. And then Dami's nightmare is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this, is olinophobia or agliophobia, which can be described as the fear of getting hurt. So her person is surrounded by thorns, and it actually looks like there might be like these little drops are like supposed to represent like droplets of blood. And they actually note on this, I'm on Dreamcatcher and Amino, and it actually says she is the only one where we get no specific image of her fear in the music video, but the only way that they could imply Dami getting hurt are the summoning ceremonies or kind of voodoo magic from the early music videos. And then we have Gaian, whose nightmare is falling. So as you can see on the back of these cards, her person is in between two cliffs, and they kind of have a representative, like these lines of her, falling through space. So I actually am very pleased with these. I do have one other like replica card. Let me grab it real quick. It's a Luna card. It is a Hassel and Kim Lip card from Multiply. And while the shape of the card is correct, the image is quite blurry. I don't have any of the duo cards, but it is quite blurry. It is kind of very out of focus. Some of the colors are a little bit off. And the back has the correct logo, but then the replica maker has their personal account on the bottom. And again, I bought this knowing full well that it was a replica. They were very upfront about it. They didn't try to pass it off as something that it wasn't. But what I will say about these Dreamcatcher replicas is I actually think they are of a very higher quality. I think they look really, really nice. I don't have any of these cards, actual cards, to kind of compare quality or something to. I do feel like Guyan's Nightmare Fall Asleep with a Mirror card is a little maybe blurry or overexposed, but it could also just be the image. As you can see, Guyan, Handong, and Xian's cards are all the kind of darker concept for the card sets. They only had one set for this release, so they kind of intermingled. But overall, I'm really happy with them. As I said, I am in love with the backs of these cards, and there's no obvious marking saying that, hey, this is a fan-made replica or anything like that. They're on really high quality paper. They feel the same thickness as the other photo cards. The images do appear to be really high quality and printed really well. No, obvious color lines or anything like that. They're really well done. The prequel cards, I feel like it's a little easier to tell that it's not centered. But still really, really nice. The design is the same or very similar to my actual prequel card. Even the Minx cards, I feel like they look really nice in person, and if you can't get your hands on the actual ones, or like me and don't have the money to spend on the actual ones, I think replicas are a great idea. I do have problems with people trying to pass these off as real cards and selling them, but as I said, the buyer I got all three of these from was very upfront about the fact that these were replicas and not the actual cards, and they priced them accordingly. All three sets cost me about $30 or $35, and then shipping from BUYEE. So they were really well affordable. And if you're wanting to complete your set without shelling out the really big bucks, I think this is a really good way to do it. Just don't buy these and then turn around and, kind of be an asshole and sell them for ridiculous prices. That's not okay. But if you're wanting to complete your Dreamcatcher photo card collection, I think this is a great way to do it. I won't be linking to these cards or anything, but just search around. I've seen them on eBay, I've seen them on Yahoo Auctions, on BUYEE, on Zen Market. Do what you have to do to have the collection that you want. Just don't be a bad person and turn around and sell these as real cards to other people who might not, like me, I can't tell a difference. But I know there are some members of the community who could look at these probably immediately and say, no, these are replicas, these aren't real. But they make me just as happy. And for sets that I really want to have, I'm really happy that this is an option and that they look really nice and really high quality. But that is everything for today. I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.